Welcome to today's video, where we delve deep into a crucial topic that impacts countless families, but often remains in the shadows: dads and mental health. In this discussion, we're breaking the stigma surrounding vulnerability in fatherhood. The journey of being a dad is filled with love, joy, and many rewards, but it also comes with its own set of challenges. As modern fathers, it's essential to confront these challenges and openly discuss our mental well-being, not just for ourselves, but also for the sake of our children. Far too often, society imposes a stereotype on fathers, expecting them to be the strong, stoic figures who never show their emotions. This idea not only places undue pressure on men, but also prevents them from discussing their mental health struggles and seeking help when needed. In today's world, it's time to dismantle that stigma. Mental health is just as crucial for dads as it is for anyone else. Being vulnerable is not a weakness, but rather a strength, especially when it comes to establishing a healthy, nurturing environment for our children. Let's begin by discussing why acknowledging vulnerability in fatherhood is essential. When dads express their emotions, it sets a powerful precedent for their children. Children are observant. They learn from what they see and hear. If a father models emotional expression and shares his feelings, it teaches children, both boys and girls, that it's okay to talk about emotions. It normalizes discussions about mental health and encourages them to express themselves freely, which is vital for their emotional intelligence and overall well-being. Now let's touch on the sheer numbers that highlight this growing concern. Studies indicate that dads are increasingly reporting feelings of anxiety, depression, and overwhelming stress. The pressure to provide, protect, and excel can sometimes feel insurmountable. Research has shown that about 1 in 5 fathers experiences a mental health issue following the birth of a child. If these feelings go unaddressed, it can lead to significant long-term effects, not just on the fathers themselves, but on the entire family unit. But how can dads begin to break this cycle? One of the first steps involves fostering a supportive environment. This means creating a space in which dads feel comfortable sharing their experiences without fear of judgment. Conversations about mental health should be encouraged in families. It shows children that these discussions are safe and necessary. Starting with a simple question, such as, "How are you really feeling today?" can open the door to deep and meaningful dialogues. Another critical component is seeking help. It's vital for fathers, just like anyone else, to recognize when they need support and to take the necessary steps to get it. This could mean scheduling an appointment with a therapist, joining a support group, or even confiding in a trusted friend or family member. The stigma often associated with seeking help discourages many from reaching out. But remember, asking for help is a sign of strength. It shows a commitment to bettering oneself and ultimately being a better father. Incorporating self-care into daily routines can also positively impact mental health. Dads should prioritize their own well-being, just as they would ensure their children are safe and happy. Simple activities like taking a walk, engaging in a favorite hobby, or practicing mindfulness can significantly reduce stress levels. By taking care of themselves, dads can be more present and attentive to their children's needs. Let's now spotlight vulnerability as a strength through storytelling. Take, for instance, the story of a dad who found himself grappling with feelings of inadequacy after the birth of his second child. He wrestled with sleep deprivation and anxiety. Instead of succumbing to the pressure, he chose to share his feelings with his partner. Through open conversations, they developed a system of mutual support. And over time, he became more comfortable discussing his emotions with friends and family. This vulnerability not only helped him process his emotions, but also improved his relationship with his children. It created a more loving and understanding environment, where feelings were validated and open discussions became the norm. Such stories remind us that vulnerability doesn't just provide a way to cope with our challenges. It can strengthen relationships and create deeper connections within families. Speaking of relationships, let's not forget the value of community. Dads can benefit significantly from connecting with other fathers who share their experiences. Finding or forming a group, whether online or in person, can provide a safe haven for discussing fears, frustrations, and victories. These platforms allow dads to share insights and support one another in their journeys toward better mental health. Additionally, fostering emotional intelligence in our children is crucial. Teaching kids how to understand their own emotions, use words to express their feelings, and empathize with others lays the groundwork for a society that values mental health. Such discussions help break down the barriers that lead to stigma. Encouraging children to speak about their feelings and providing them with the tools to identify and articulate those emotions is invaluable. As fathers, we carry a legacy of love and compassion. By breaking the stigma around vulnerability, we're not only enhancing our own mental health, but also paving the way for future generations to experience richer, more fulfilling emotional lives. This approach cultivates resilience and creates a support system built on trust and understanding within families. So how can we summarize the steps toward breaking the stigma around mental health and fatherhood? Firstly, we need to encourage open discussions around mental health and vulnerability within the family, helping to pave the way for a culture that welcomes such conversations. Secondly, we must recognize when we need support and not hesitate to seek it. Thirdly, prioritizing self-care is non-negotiable. After all, we can't pour from an empty cup. Lastly, we should embrace vulnerability as a powerful tool to connect with our children and others. Let's remember that every dad faces challenges, and there's strength in unity and open dialogue. If you found value in today's discussion, consider sharing your thoughts in the comments below. Let's support one another on this journey to improve mental health and create an environment where vulnerability is celebrated, not shamed. In closing, remember that it's okay not to be okay. By breaking the silence and normalizing conversations about mental health, we can create a world for our children that values emotional honesty and mental wellness. Thank you for watching and taking part in this vital conversation. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more insightful content. Together, we can change the narrative around what it means to be a dad in today's world.